A while later, we see Ronan push himself up with his sword. He forcefully laughed when he saw Terranil's body on the ground. He carefully looked at him to see if he was really gone. He noticed that he couldn't feel any energy coming from the man. He turned to the side to see his head on the ground. He became certain that he has ended the bishop's life with his sword. He put his head down in relief. He could not believe that he did something so dangerous. He smiled and called out to Shullafin. He told him that he will give him his sister's photo cards just as he promised. He asked him if he likes the deal. He reminded him that he really wanted the photos. Shullafin didn't respond to him. He had completely lost consciousness. Ronan told Sita that he has earned his share of food. He told him that he will brag about him to Ophelia when they get to the academy. Sita was also unconscious. Ronan begged the two of them to wake up now. He used his sword to push himself up. He took a step forward and told Shullafin that they have to return together. While shaking, our boy begged them to answer him. He tightened his grip on his sword and told them that any response is fine. He asked them to just give him a sign. The moment he said this, he felt a large amount of pain in his body. Ronan could not believe that his body has already reached its limit. Blood gushed out of his eyes. Our boy fell to his knees. He realized that his body was suffering the side effects caused from amplifying his physical abilities with blood magic. Ronan screamed out in pain as the bones in his body cracked. However, he wasn't ready to give up. He stretched out his hand. He wanted to reach Shullafin and Sita. He wanted to get them treated immediately. Unfortunately for Ronan, he had truly reached his limit. His eyes began to grow faint and his sight became blurry. Our boy didn't want to quit, but he eventually fell to the ground and lost consciousness. A while later, we see Thunder and Gust in the temple. Thunder was standing next to the unusual relic. He asked his brother if he should really activate it. Gust reminded his brother that the device that bears the activation spell has been carved in him. He told him that he is the only person in their tribe who can operate the relic. This was the reason why everyone waited back and chose to secure an escape route for Thunder. His survival was their way of upholding their calling and carrying on their tribe's legacy. Gus told his brother that they failed to protect the heart. He said that everything would have ended if Ronan and Shullafin didn't intervene. He asked Thunder not to hesitate. He told him that they are a tribe that knows loyalty and honor. Thunder was shocked to hear this. Gus explained to him that he will bear the responsibility for breaking the oath. He asked him to open the relic. The moment he said this, Thunder placed his hand on a crystal on the relic. It released a small light. Thunder's eyes began to glow. The mark on his forehead began to glow. The energy in his body began to move around the relic. It touched every part of it. The item began to glow. A huge magic circle appeared in the temple. The magic circle covered the entire temple. The relic began to gather energy to its center. Gust watched this as it happened. He referred to the relic as the spirit of Dainhar and asked it to look after the boys. Immediately he said this, the relic released a bright light. It released an overwhelming amount of energy. The energy went through the ceiling and touched the sky. It was a vortex of energy. It could be seen by anyone in the desert. Ronan, Shullafin, and Sita were raised up by this energy. Our boy's injuries slowly got healed. He noticed that he could feel something warm. He carefully opened his eyes. Gust asked him if he is awake. He told him that he is glad to be able to bid him farewell. Ronan turned to the ground. He saw Thunder standing next to the item. Gust informed him that Sita and Shullafin will soon be healed. He asked him not to worry. Ronan was shocked to hear this. He knew that their injuries were not things that could be easily treated. He was surprised to see the state of their bodies. He asked Gust about what the ridiculously immense power is. Gust told him that he also doesn't know anything about the source of this power. He said that he only knows that the heart is an assignment prepared for the promised day. He explained to Ronan that the place stores the power needed to activate an ancient device meant to stand against the great threat that will one day come. The rules they follow forbids the use of any power until the big day. Gus said that he is certain that the ancestors won't be against today's actions because he is repaying their kindness for the sake of his tribe. Ronan was surprised to hear this. Gust revealed to Ronan that a complete sealing barrier will be cast over Dainhar in order to restore the energy spent today and protect the heart from intruders. As he spoke, the entire town began to shake. The barrier cannot be breached from the outside or exited from within. Gus told him that he believes he understands their intentions since he is also a warrior. While he was talking, Shullafin woke up. Gus promised our boy that he will support him when they get connected to the outside world again. He smiled and told him that Dainhar will stand with him if any enemy appears to threaten him. After saying this, the man bid his new friends farewell. The moment he did this, the relic released a blinding light. In the next scene, we see the boys appear in the desert. Ronan stared at Dainhar from afar. He was surprised to see a huge rock covering the town. The town was no longer visible to the outside world. Shellifen said that they can no longer enter Dainhar. He noticed that there was a powerful shield covering the entire area, and their awareness of Dainhar was slowly fading away. He knew that this was a grand ancient spell. He told Ronan that the people of Dainhar intend to make outsiders forget their very existence. Ronan said that this is for the best. He said that they don't know when powerful monsters will crawl out again. Shellifen agreed with him. With a sad look in his eyes, the boy said that Taranil is quite strong. Even though they were prepared to face death, the boys wouldn't have won if luck hadn't been on their side. Shellifen was aware of this. He told Ronan that the problem is that Taranil called himself the bishop of the southern diocese. This means that there are other strong people like him in Nebula Clagier. On top of this, there is also the Sword of the Star who is known as Lycophos. Shellifen said that they might not be able to protect those precious to them if they have to face this people. Our boy turned to him when he heard this. With a smile on his face, Shellifen told him that they are going to get stronger. He said that they will become strong to the point where they will be able to win effortlessly even without relying on each other. Our boy was surprised to hear this. Shellifen hit his chest and told him that this is the only solution he can offer him. Ronan smiled when he heard this. He said that this is a solution befitting the young master of the Grancia house. He told him that they will not go through this kind of hardship again. He walked forward and told Shellifen that they need to return to the academy. He said that they are done with their business. Shellifen tapped Ronan on his shoulder and asked him about what he means by their business is done. With a scary look on his face, he told Ronan that he hasn't been paid yet. He asked our boy to give him all 8 of Irel's photos. He asked him to keep his promise. Ronan was shocked to see that he remembered. He called him a crazy bastard. After he paid Shellifen, the two began their journey to the capital. Before he left, Ronan used his dagger to scatter Taranil and Uria's mana in order to prevent the church from tracking them. Even Taranil would have been fooled by it. Thanks to this, the boys didn't need to worry about anyone following them. On the way back, we see Ronan negotiating with a coachman. While he was talking, Shellifen was joyfully looking at Irel's photos. Ronan turned around out of anger. He threw a rock at his head. The boys were able to get in the carriage. Ronan was relieved that he got the Dainhar magic stones, which was the original goal of the journey. He was able to get it thanks to Gust. The man did not forget his promise, even though so many things were happening. Our boy was also able to get his hand on some loot. He realized that he had someone perfect to give it to. While he was thinking, Shellifen was looking at the pictures in the carriage. On their way back, the boys sparred with each other. Their spars were rougher than usual. Ronan felt like it must have been due to the inadequacy they felt in the fight against the bishop. They were swinging their swords with a lot more power. When they were done, Ronan asked Shellifen if he remembers his moment of awakening when he landed his final strike on Taranil. He asked him if he remembers what he went through in that moment. Shellifen said that he heard the sound of the wind, not a destructive raging storm. It was the sound of nature itself embracing everything in absolute calm. The moment he heard this sound, Shellifen knew that he could land a strike. He looked at his hand and said that he has only ever had this feeling at that time. He said that it might have been nothing more than a fleeting enlightenment born out of desperation. He told Ronan that he can't hear it anymore. He clenched his fist and said that he will make this power his own since he decided to take this path. Ronan nervously gulped when he heard this. He knew that Shellifen didn't understand the meaning of the words he just uttered. Obtaining this power in his hand means that he will soon be able to unleash the storms that cover the earth and single-handedly turn the tide of war. He is about to become the catastrophe that he was in his past life. It might sound crazy, but the current version of Shellifen should be able to catch up to his past self in no time. The moment Ronan thought of this, he noticed that Shellifen was smiling like an idiot as he looked at the photos. Our boy hoped that he wasn't wrong. A few days later, we see the boys standing in front of a gate. Ronan said that he feels like he is returning to his hometown. He was happy to be back at Philion Academy. He waved to Shellifen and told him that they can part ways here. The boy asked him if he is going there right away. Ronan smiled and said that he is. He said that he needs to uproot the wretched curse. In the next scene, we see Professor Secret welcome Ronan to her office. She asked him about the magic stone. Our boy poured the bag containing the magic stones on the table. The professor was shocked to see the amount of magic stones that Ronan acquired. Our boy asked her if this is enough. He asked the professor to start right away. He said that he wants to remove the next curse. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 78 of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.